What's up, y'all? My name is Seth Packan, and this is where small town brains talk about big city nonsense. This is Podunk Perspective. Podunk Perspective, we're back with my man Jackie Lee. How we doing?
What's up, baby? All right, where's your overalls, man?
Oh, dude.
I know. I'll tell you, I got really upset when I didn't see you.
Well, I've been thinking about breaking them out, but I'm like, I need to make it for like some special episodes because I haven't done it yet for a reason.
So I'm not special. I got it.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, maybe we can make it in the future. We can make it a special one.
But what if we both wore overalls?
Hey, now we're talking.
All right.
Hey, maybe I can come out to Maryville and we can shoot something. Maryville.
You Podunk, you got Merville.
Like
yeah.
Cougars. Right?
Exactly, dude.
So you're from Maryville.
That's right.
You're an artist in town. You've been in town for
I'm a painter, yeah, I paint.
You've been in town for a minute. Tell us how you got into the music industry and, you know, what growing up in Maryville was like.
Well, I second guess why I got into the music industry a lot these days. But as we were, talking, coming up here, I've been here 16 years.
Yeah.
I signed my first crappy deal at 17.
Right.
Man, it's weird because, and you have a podcast called Podunk, so I know what I mean, but there was never, like, I've sang literally my whole life. I didn't understand that was something that, people didn't do normally. Right. And my dad is just an unbelievable musician, and he can play anything, but man, he is stone cold country to his core.
That's
and
awesome. So
I don't know, it just wasn't really a choice for me. It was just kind of like, it's how we live, it's what we sing, it's what we do.
What type of music were you growing up finding,
Oh man, my dad's like a country music encyclopedia, so like I kind of inherited that. So like any stupid fact from country music, like I probably know it. But my mother was like a big 80s pop girl, right? So like Prince and Michael Jackson and, just the hair bands like Styx and Foreigner and Whitesnake and just those, were the bands that like I thought that was cooler because I identified with the country part a little too much. And I was like, well, I want to be something else,
Absolutely.
And, in high school, Maroon 5, Songs About Jane, that record like changed my life.
I love some Maroon 5.
Well, that was like the first time it was back when you had to get a CD. But I remember like popping open the cover and pulling out the slip and like reading. I was just so interested of who wrote those songs. And when I saw that Adam Levine wrote those songs, I just thought that was the coolest thing ever.
Right.
I was like, he wrote those? Like, I don't know what even I thought before. I just remember like having that moment of like, so anyway, country music though, it's like, whenever, I don't care how much I want to sing like Adam Levine, when I open my mouth, it's pretty country. So I think that's like, a blessing too. That's like,
well, especially in today's day, I feel like you need to have that, diversity in your music where, maybe your country leans a little more pop, or your pop leans a little more country,
Well, that's always been a conversation, hasn't it? Like, that's not country. It's like, what does that mean? Like, to me, a lot of people I think have this, mindset. I think country's just honest, and like it's something almost you feel more than you can like read on a piece of paper. And, for some people it's talking about where they're from. And for others, like, I was always attracted to like, Glenn Campbell and Farron Young and people that like, they were as country as the day was long, but it didn't sound like Hank Williams.
Right.
Even Merle Haggard, like I know he kind of gets, he was an outlaw, but he wrote some of those beautiful lyrics I've ever read in my life or heard in my life. You know what I mean? Like,
absolutely,
it was dope. I was like, I want to be that.
Yep. No, it's I think the cool part is your music sound doesn't necessarily have to reflect the lyrics, right?
100%. Yeah.
So, and I think that's really cool.
Side note too, I got to play the Grand Ole Opry with Merle Haggard.
Dang.
Right before he passed away.
What?
And I don't quote me, look it up, Google it yourself, but I don't think he had played the Grand Ole Opry since 1969.
Wow. What was that experience like?
Well, dude,
like just being there.
There's a few things. I was on the second row at George Jones' funeral.
Dang.
And I sat right behind him. I was in my early 20s, I guess, but my dad and I got to attend his 80th birthday party at the Opry as well.
Wow.
And I literally could like smell his cologne. And I was like, no shit.
That's
like,
crazy.
This is really happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like I went to a little Jimmy Dickens funeral. Like I don't know. It's like a lot of funeral talk happening early on in the podcast, but that's what I don't know. I just love the community. I think of country music. I think I love,
right.
I don't know. That's what draws me in, man. It's just real people.
Well, no, it's cool. Like kind of leaning into that, you've been here for 16 years. You've seen the city probably change in so many different ways. Kind of tell us, that experience of watching it, since the first year to now.
Well, this place was a parking lot. I know that.
That's crazy.
There was like one steakhouse.
Yep.
Called the Stockyard.
Okay.
Over like in Germantown. And I remember it felt so far away, and now Germantown just feels like it's Nashville.
Yeah.
I definitely, I'm not one of those people that's like, I hate change. I think if I were to try to, maybe explain the emotion that maybe a lot of people feel is the things that kill me is when, say, like on Music Row, a studio that built this town, is torn down for a condo building.
Yeah.
And again, like it's not about, growth has to happen, man. If you're not growing, you're dying. Right. But as long as, in my experience, it's like it's not happened. But my thing was just like, as long as the heart, like Nashville's a passionate town. It's like it was like built on so many things, and thankfully country music was one of them. But like, it's just a very honest, passionate place, and it's not fair and all those things. All these people that come and go and all this stuff. It's like
that's life.
That's life. It's like life ain't fair, man. Right. Like this place doesn't owe you anything.
Yeah, you kind of have to enjoy the unfairness.
And truthfully, man, it's like
I do it.
My dad. There's an old network called TNN, and they had all these, country shows through the 80s and 90s and 70s too. But it's like, man, country has been the coolest genre since the beginning, man.
Right.
Like it always was.
Yeah.
Like, anything happening now is just what they started back. I mean, Hee Haw, that was Saturday Night Live for, hillbillies.
That's funny. That's
you know what I mean? Like I
never thought of it.
My dad and I quote Hee Haw all the time, like to this day.
Yeah.
Like I remember, a lot of people have sports teams with their father, but I got country music, man. And it's just, I'm thankful that I can sing it. And, and then on the personal side of experiencing it, it's like, you have this image of all your heroes and what you thought it looked like for them. And then you get here yourself and you start living it and you're like, I think I'm on the wrong path.
When I came down from Michigan, there's a few artists that you're like, damn, I'm huge fans of them. But sometimes you get in the same rooms with them, you're like, maybe I'm not the biggest fan of you.
Well, there's that too. I will say, man, like my dude, I moved here at a cool time because, Brad Paisley, Keith Urban, like all those dudes were still kind of on top. And if you listen to this, please, I'm not saying you're not on top, but you know what I mean? Like it was their moment.
Right.
And they were all I was 18 years old. I got to go to the BMI Awards, which is, just like an award show in Nashville and for songwriters. And I was just surrounded by Alabama and just, Vince Gill and, Patty Loveless and not to mention, the current stars that was happening. And
especially like knowing your dad is, probably fans of these guys.
Well, it's a few cool things with my dad. Like he was a part of all the meetings before I signed my crappy deals. But he also, when I played the Grand Ole Opry for the first time in 2014, he got to play with me. Wow. And there were times.
So he actually plays like he's.
Yeah. He literally can play anything. And dude, his voice is so much better than mine. Like when we first lived in Nashville in the early '90s when I was a kid, it was because he was trying to make it. And funny enough, he was working with.
Is he doing the artist thing, or was he just playing?
Oh yeah, he was trying to be an artist, and Carson Chamberlain was producing sides on him. Yeah. And then all those years later, Carson, produced sides on me, and that's when I had my first record deal. He was producing my record, and then it's awesome to see Carson Chamberlain killing it again with Zach Topp.
Yeah. I was just gonna say.
I've known Carson Chamberlain since I was 2 years old.
Yeah, that's cool.
Which is just a I don't know. That's country
It's
music.
kind of sounded like you've like grown up, always been like obviously being surrounded by country music, but really the industry,
Yeah, I was very protected. Like my dad, literally, I had this thought the other day. I'm 34 years old now, and I gotta say, like post, my mom going to heaven and sickness and just getting through that, and then the bulk of my career of like how that's gone. There's a lot of like healthy,
right?
Thankfully, crossroads going on up here right now. And I had this thought the other day of my pops. I'm like, I know how I feel right now,
right?
And how maybe some days how angry this makes me, or this, that, or the other, and it just made me appreciate him as a dad so much for the sake of like he never let his experience get in the way of the love it could be for me,
right?
Or the experience it could be for me. And that's, as a grown man, that's like it almost made me feel a little shameful of like me being mad.
Yeah,
because I was almost for a while jealous of my dad that like he just wanted to sit down and write a song. He wanted to go play some music with his friends. I'm like, man, I don't feel like I have that anymore. Like this town has almost beat it out of me. And yeah, man, like, I don't know. Another thing too, like Nashville is kind of like it's as most popular as it's ever been, and it's most hated it's ever been.
Right.
And I guess I just keep going back to like Nashville doesn't owe me anything. Like also I feel like Nashville is like my family member where it's like, I'm allowed to talk shit on it, but you can't. You know what I mean? And I, jokingly say that, but I guess I mean that from the perspective of like, man, for all the artists that are kind of like hating on Nashville right now, it's like that's the same town that like over here on Charlotte, I received chemo treatments. Yeah. Like literally a quarter mile from here, I held my mother's hand for the last time. Like this town taught me not only how to be an artist, but how to be a person.
Right.
How to experience no's, how to adjust when you were so excited about this and then just a brick wall hits you and like, what now? Like you gonna go home?
Yeah.
Or
So obviously you mentioned there, you've dealt with your battle of cancer and
I have one testicle. It's pretty sick.
And your mom has battled obviously too as well.
Yeah, she's gone.
Yeah. Kind of tell us, how you balance that with music and
also have pretty dark humor, by the way, if you can't tell.
Podunk Perspective, baby.
You have cancer and your most important person in your life at the time goes to heaven from cancer. You start to either get funny or other things. Sorry, ask that last part again.
No, so kind of just tell me how, when those experiences came in your life, how you had to deal with that also, but like maybe work with doing music still, or maybe put it to the side, kind of tell us about that.
I don't think I handled it very well at the beginning.
Yeah. It's hard for anyone.
And, it's, I signed, when I first moved here, I signed with Big Machine Records. I was there for like 2 years. And then I got picked up by Broken Bow Records. And I guess the picture I'm trying to paint was that like, I didn't care what had to happen. I didn't care how screwed I got in the deal. I didn't care what, I lost. The blinders were on. I'm just trying to get this thing off the ground, whatever that meant at the time. And I became like a shell of myself. I wasn't really creative much anymore. I was just going in and writing songs that were like 70% done because I'm just calling it in because I'm trying to give these people what they want.
Right.
And I'll never forget the first time I heard my dad called me. I was on my way to Berry Hill to sing at Station West, a demo that we wrote. And that was the first time I heard the C word, and for her. And then 3 years later, June the 4th, 2016, like I said, like right over here, when she passed, like it was like a meteor hit my life. Like, down was up,
Right.
I didn't know what direction I was facing. And it not just like forced me to slow down, but it just made everything stop.
Yeah.
And what was so crazy was like at that exact time, like, okay, I can tell you this, like mom passes June the 4th, 2016. I convinced my label, I begged them because they had put out there's two just songs that I'm not hating on the songs as much as like it just wasn't what I wanted to do.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I felt like I had a gun in my head, but I had to do it. And honestly, like I have a scar from cancer, and I was like, those songs out there right now on Spotify, I feel like a scar a little bit, but that's not a bad thing, you know? And just
time in life is telling your story.
100%. So Getting Over You starts to come out, and and it's just like all happening like right after Mom passed, and I'm just like, do I carry on? Like, do we put this, like, what's happening? And then like as that goes on, I'm out there touring and stuff, and doing radio tour stuff as well. And I was Florida Georgia Line. They were playing in Cleveland at this big amphitheater, and they had asked me to go on their bus. And I had a show, and then I remember I flew to Cleveland. And to this day, I can't exactly tell you like what it was. It wasn't like a pain. It wasn't like, I just felt something was off. And I called my dad. I was sitting on a park bench or a picnic table backstage at this place because I had just written a couple songs that morning, and this was on my mind. I took 2 Tylenol, and I just felt this weird thing. Yeah. And fast forward December 15th, like I'm out there promoting Getting Over You. That was like the first mention. That would have been September of like something in my mind. I went to the doctor. I didn't have a primary care doctor in Nashville. Like I'd never been. And long story short, we were leaving a record label meeting, and I think I still have the voicemail, or maybe I don't, but the doctor was like, hey Jackie, we're gonna have surgery. We're gonna, take out your testicle. I was like, what? Why? Because they couldn't say that it was cancer yet because they couldn't test it or whatever. Yeah. I was like, that's like a crazy thing to do just on a guess. Like, how are we not going to, what I mean? Like, hey, man, talk to me for a second, man. Right. Like, what? Yeah. And I literally I was in Boston, and I flew home like on the 15th or the 14th, and I had surgery on the 15th. And I remember then I had a mandatory 2 weeks on the couch, and then I had a New Year's Eve show, and then on January 3rd I went out with Brett Young for a month, and then I was out with Dan and Shay for like 6 months. Yeah. So I was like, I can't let this affect me. Right. So I just suppressed the hell out of it. And I was like, I never gave myself a moment to be like, what just happened? Like what? My mom's not here. Like a body part just got taken from me. Like. Right. Someone please start telling me something that makes sense. But I don't think I had fully believed it yet. Right. And also the grind thing we're talking about, that's where all this comes together. Yeah. Of just this place of hey man, we're on a space rock apparently floating through nothingness, and I'm over here worried about making my record label happy. Yeah. What am I doing with my life? Yeah, something's off. Right. So all of 2017, man, I just grinded, and then the doctor, essentially I had to do every 3 month checkups. And so it was September of the next year of 2017, and Getting Over You was doing really well. Right. And I was actually headlining some shows for the first time, and I just couldn't believe this was hanging over my head. And I was this felt really unfair, Yeah. And so got through all that, and the doctor was like, it came back. Because I think it was People Magazine or something, or somebody did a story on it, and they said Jackie Lee had testicular cancer twice. I'm like, yo, we got to find a better way to say that.
Well, the thing is,
I still got one, okay? I'm not, I'm not, but at the end of the day, thank God it was just one. But yeah,
Well, also, too, to hit on that, there's probably a lot more people out there than anyone thinks living with that or has to go through that.
The amount of dudes that have, hit me up, and they're like, I got one ball, too. I'm like, yeah, one ball gang, man. What's up?
That's great, man.
I did say I was going to get some merch that was I had a ball at the Jackie Lee concert. Or, mic check. Testy 1-1.
Dude, no, seriously, it's great that you can make light of it,
I mean, what else you gonna do, man?
Life goes on.
My wife thinks it's cool, so it's all good. Right. And she's hot as hell, so I'm good. Absolutely. Say whatever you want, I don't care.
That's so cool. So kind of tell us about the experience of putting out those first few Nashville songs, you know, of like, you know, being in Nashville and, you know, doing the damn thing, and, you know, maybe the rooms, what those were like, writing the songs and stuff like that.
My first like co-write ever was with Ashley Gorley.
Damn, what a first write. Holy cow.
I think he had like number one or two.
That's crazy.
And Ashley is such a great guy, and, you know, he obviously is the greatest songwriter of all time, and it's just a pleasure to know him, you know.
Was that 16 years ago?
Yeah, that would have been 2010, I guess, or 9.
So that many years, that's that many number ones. That's
I mean, it really is crazy.
It's
I mean,
wild.
The man has like literally like 7 Hall of Fame or 10 Hall of Fame careers. Like, some people get inducted to the Hall of Fame with 1. I mean, the man has. It's ridiculous. Like,
that's crazy.
There'll be case studies done on his brain, I'm sure, when his life's over. But Carson was really good to me. Like, I think he respected like my voice, and he had a certain vision for me. And I don't think the moral of like the question that you just asked was, it's no one's quote unquote fault or whatever other than my own. And the hard lesson that I had to learn through all of that, because it was such a strange conundrum, because I was like genuinely excited. Like I was like, I had a record deal, I had a publishing deal at Universal. Like I had a song at radio. Like, what? That was it's like every dream I've ever had, but in the same breath, I just felt like I had handcuffs on, because it was like phoned in on my part.
Right.
And I guess my point with that is that, like, my manager at the time, you know, he was a big time manager, and like the people I was working with, like, I was just some kid. Like, I didn't have a say. Like, I didn't have any plaques on my wall. Like, nobody wanted to hear what I had to say, you know? And so I think, like, maybe in a nutshell, pun intended.
That's great.
It all came down to like everything, even into the sickness, into mom. Because you know what mom told me every day of my life? She called me Bub. I'm the oldest of my siblings. And she said, hey, Bub, remember who you are. And like, when I moved to this town, I just either forgot or I didn't know yet.
Right.
And that was 100%, I think 100% the what encompassed my pain.
Right.
Was that, like, I just wasn't being honest.
Yeah.
And, you know, I don't believe your life can become dynamic until you can be honest.
Right.
And so for me, that's why I say a lot. It's like, I'm not trying to be some like wise old wizard. Like, I just went through some hard stuff that taught me some hard lessons. And it all came back to self-reflection. Mm-hmm. It all came back to, there's not a person in this town that can help you more than you can help you. And I think that you don't, even if you think you're right or wrong, or, you know, whatever I'm doing in my own life, it's like, if I can't say it out loud, then, you know, what am I doing? I'm only hurt. I'm shooting myself in the foot. So that, like, all the music stuff, you know, just, I think more so than, that wasn't the right producer, or, you know, this didn't work because of that guy, or like, I didn't like that label team, or like, that wasn't what I felt. Right. I felt like it was me, like, it was unfair to them for me to not be honest. Like, what if they would have changed if I would have said something? Yeah. I was in such fear of doing that.
Well, and that's the thing too, especially, I mean, you see in today's day, I feel like, you know, they're waiting for you to speak up. And the moment you do that, you never know what can happen. Yeah, man. You know, it's
also, like, I know Taylor Swift, she's the biggest artist in the world. And I know that's probably the main reason she catches as many strays as she does. Right. But her superpower is that she knows what she wants. Right. Obviously, she's a world-class talent. Right. But at 14 years old, she was in these same streets. Yeah. And she was a whole lot braver than I was at
her place was
18.
2 minutes down the road.
Exactly.
Seriously.
So all I'm getting at is, like, believing in yourself is, I know it sounds lame, but man, it's like when you're in there looking at dotted lines, and like, if you don't believe in yourself, you will make a wrong decision. Yeah. But I had to learn that the hard way.
Right. No, and
happy to be here though. Still,
yeah. I mean, and obviously too, like leaning into like the songwriting part of it, that that probably helped you write some songs. And, come out with telling your story and stuff like that.
Well, until I started to really deal with because the last 3 years, I've written more songs and I'm super pumped about what we have on the docket for 2026.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been hiding away in Donaldson for a long time,
right?
And again, it's not because there's no like. I still have my dreams. I still have my goals. Like I would be lying to you right now if I didn't say I want one of those plaques with a number 1 beside it in my name. You know what I mean? Like that'd be sick. In a lot of ways, my generation, that's still like the epitome of success, right?
Right.
But my goal is definitely different. My goal is to release as many songs as I can. I told my manager that I was like, man, I want to be like a rapper, dude. I want to be like rappers release 30 songs a year.
Right.
And again, it's like, it doesn't get in the way of like, there's nothing's precious, right?
Yeah.
Like you got to get it out. And like,
right. And I know, and obviously too, every song can't be cut. You're right.
For sure. Yeah.
But if it's just sitting in a notebook, it's not helping anyone.
Well, I mean, I have, dude, thousands of demos.
Right.
Catching cobwebs in my email, and it's just like, I mean, what are we doing? Like, why in that era? Like, I could be in a completely different place up here in my mind or my heart if we would have just released that song,
right?
Like, just got it out of my heart. Like now, because it's sitting here this this song that like I'm promoting right now, After Loving You. Like I wrote that 7 years ago, and in a lot of ways, man, I just think it's like kind of blocked me up a little bit. Like it's maybe even hindered my future creativity because it's like I wasn't being honest by not releasing that song back then because it didn't sound like a single.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. So kind of tell us that feeling of like, having a song on the radio and what that experience was like.
It was short-lived for me.
Like I told you before you even got on here, I was like, man, I looked it up. I was like, damn, I remember this song. This is a hit. This is a good song,
Yeah, and confidence is something in my life I've always struggled with, and I think, that song has 60 million streams on Spotify, and it had like 100 million impressions between Amazon and Apple and stuff, and it's like it's been really hard for me to say like that's a metric of a hit song.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like I never felt that. No one, I see. I swear to God, I'm not hating. It's just different times and eras, but like for me, like I remember seeing a video a few years ago of someone getting a plaque for 1 million streams. And I was like, they should, but in the same breath, it's like, I got 60 and not only did I not get paid for it because the label stole the money or took the money. I'm not saying whatever, but the label took the money. I don't care to say anything, by the way, but the label took the money and, all I'm getting at is it left me feeling like, what's the purpose of this?
Right.
Like, what am I doing?
Right.
And it goes back to the After Loving You song that, I'm putting out. It's like, that's for me, man.
Right.
That's for me more than anybody in this world. And I'm only going to do stuff like that moving forward.
And I think that's the cool part about today's day in the music industry is like the independent world is bigger than ever, you know, and especially with TikTok and Instagram and stuff like that, putting songs out, and releasing demos and fans liking it and also being like, yeah, drop the demo how it sounds. Don't put anything else on it. It's very cool.
Yeah, dude. I think there's a realness to it. Like back in the day, I don't know. I think people mean well. I don't think people are trying to, they're trying to make the best product they can. But unfortunately, I think there's just a few things that maybe get between the ears of what they think that is as opposed to listening to themselves. Yeah.
Tell us the first time that you remember of like having to post on social media.
What a great question.
Yeah.
Okay, this is not the first, but this is a story that sticks out.
Or using social media for your music,
So the first time first off, that really wasn't like a conversation when I first got signed because it didn't matter.
Right.
And then, you'd see, it was almost just for the vanity of it all that you'd see an artist with, a bunch of followers. And I remember record labels wanting to, you could buy followers and you could do this, that, and the other. But I always had the feeling of like, hell or high water, like, I just want to know where I'm at.
Right.
Like, if I have 200 followers, like, who am I lying to? Like, if you know what I mean? Like, to me, it helps knowing where you're at, you know? The Instagram, like, you know, I didn't really do much. I'm definitely your stereotypical, like, I really want something to feel genuine. And in the world of having to, you know, put out something, that's why I think podcasts are cool, because you're always given room for genuineness.
No, 100%.
In this, you know, but you still got to put episodes out. You know, you got to put EPs out. So songs, like, that's what was so cool about music, man, was like, you know, I didn't know anything about Merle Haggard except for what was in his songs. And that made me want to know so much more. Right. And, you know, or any artist, you know, it's like Keith Urban's like, I bet it's that shirt he has on. I got to find that shirt he's wearing. Or you have
to actually go to the concert to see what they look like. Or, you know,
and like, that's just how I'm wired, you know what I mean? And so it's never been over my head that it's like an unbelievable, like, tool, you know? And it's like, I've heard people use the analogy that, you know, if a bear's chasing you and somebody pulls up on a, you know, some weird thing, you're not going to be like, oh, that's not a truck, I'm not going to get in. You're going to get in whatever vehicle. So, like, TikTok, Instagram, those are vehicles to get, you know. Right. But it's always the chasm between, like, me believing that versus then what they're asking me to do. Right.
Do you like doing the whole, like, do you like
hell no, man. What are you talking about? I want to play golf all the time. You don't
like being in front of camera?
I like being genuine. Yeah. And absolutely. if there's I think that's why it's great. I've seen, dude, like, you know, I don't hate on any of that stuff, because I scrolled TikTok just like everybody else for 30 minutes before bed, and, like, I'll literally be laughing my butt off at this one thing, and then the next video I'm crying my eyes out because it's like the sweetest thing I've ever seen. Yeah. And so it's like not over my head that this is great. Like, I love this.
No, it's so fun.
It just feels contrived, man. Like, it just feels like, I hate feeling like a used car salesman. Right. And, like, okay, right now, like, my manager, we did like a more professional, like, you know, nice camera stuff that we can, you know, I did like 40 takes, right? Yeah. And then 2 days ago, I went back over to this place, and we did, like, just iPhone stuff. And what helped me was, it was no different than, say, shooting like a music video. Yeah. For, like, the sake of what content needs. And my manager takes the load of, like, having a regulated, you know, all that stuff helps me. Right. Because I'm just, like, constantly trying to strike just a creative genius idea. Right. And then that leaves me being despondent and, you know, freaking not doing it.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Because I scroll and I see all these mo's doing dances, and, you know, more power to you, man. I love to dance, but, like, I ain't gonna do it on camera for you to go hear my song.
No, absolutely. So
watch me next week be on camera dancing to hear my song. I'm doing like this, like, Beyonce.
I won't be surprised.
Yeah, man, I'll probably do it now. Shit.
So you have a song dropping December 5th.
Yeah.
Tell us about that. You know, how you wrote the song, or how the song came to be, you know, and why people should go listen to it.
For sure, man. I got a call from my dad. He is, like I said earlier, man, he's my hero in so many ways. Like, you know, you can't lie to your kids. And I know a lot of people have had a pretty rough go. And so, all that being said, my father is just a wonderful man. And he loved my mother so much. And he called me. And he didn't have to do this, but he called me and, you know, asked if it was okay. And it was never, ever, ever not in the cards for me, my brother, and my sister to not wholeheartedly believe and want him to move on with his life. Yeah. Because, like, you have to. Right. You have to. You will die if you don't. Yeah. And I don't mean to make that so black and white, but, like, you know, sometimes you die on the inside. Right. And you're just a shell walking around, you know? And so 100% that was where my heart was. But I could not shake this feeling of, like, her still being here. Like, for how I knew them my whole life. And, you know, my dad, you know, myself, my brother and sister, like, just felt like we got stolen from. Like, someone came in our house and stole everything we've ever had. Family pictures, like, we had nothing. It was so strange. And I just had this, like, it's definitely a God day for sure because a guy named Jeremy Bussey, who we were both writing at Universal at the time, and I had him on the schedule that day. And if it would have been anyone else, I would have canceled. Like right there, I would not have cared. I didn't care. I would have canceled because I just like, I'm not the guy that can like be told something like that and then go write a song. I have to deal with it for a second before I, can talk about it. And so I just went in there and I wasn't crying or anything, but like it was like a stun emotion more than like, I wasn't sad.
You didn't know how to take it in.
I wasn't there was nothing my dad said to me that like made me mad at him. Yeah. It was like I literally, it just felt like so strange. So I told Jeremy just like everything pretty much just told you. And we wrote a song called After Loving You. And no matter what happens in my career or, if I'm bagging groceries at Kroger this time next year or if my name's in lights, like this will undoubtedly be one of the most proud songs I've ever been a part of. And if I moved to Nashville to write this song, then it was worth it.
Let's go. December 5th, right?
Yeah, man.
Well, go check it out. And then you got a bunch of new music, like you said, coming out in 2026.
Yeah, man. Like we're going to be peppering it out there as much as we can. So.
Yep. Well, you can check that out on all the social media. You brought your guitar today, so
yeah. Absolutely.
I think we should get into a few songs.
Hell yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it up. Podunk Perspective, we are back. We got some tunes we're gonna play.
Hey man, let's play some songs.
What's this first one you got for us?
Getting Over You.
Let's do it.
It's a funny story. I wrote this with Paul DiGiovanni and Brent Anderson. Two good friends of mine, and Brent was going through a breakup, and he was down bad,
Yeah.
And so we went over to Rose Pepper at like 11 a.m. to get a couple margaritas, and I was going through his phone, and I read a text message that said, if you think getting over me was hard, try getting over you. And so
damn,
we wrote this song, and Bobby Bones asked me if she got paid for that. Hell no. Bitchin' had a couple long nights, sleeping alone. I've been even on a short drive. If our song came on, you pulled over on the shoulder, cry, thinking about how we used to be. Girl, I bet you had a hard time getting over me. Ooh, that might be true, but if you think getting over me was hard, try getting over you. I don't want to make a line of what you're going through, but if you think getting over me was hard, try getting over you. Oh, yeah. Bitch, I never tasted my kiss in a rum and coke. Bet you never spent all night at that old bar, and praying and waiting, hoping that I might walk into your arms again, like we never said goodbye. Make the cab take the long way to my place to see if someone's parked outside. Ooh, even if you do, if you think getting over me was hard, try getting over you. I don't want to make a line of what you're going through, yeah. If you think getting over me was hard, try getting over you, baby. You're moving and I can barely move. Oh, it got off easy, baby. Try getting over you. Who, from my point of view, if you think getting over me was hard, try getting over you. I don't wanna make light, watch it go with the rule. If you think getting over me was hard, try getting over you. You know, we had an original version. If you think getting hard for me was hard, try getting hard for you.
That's great, bro. That's so tight.
Oh man, sorry.
So
I sang like 4 hours in the studio yesterday, and I'm bugging.
Compared to when that song came out, when was it written?
Not even a year.
Yeah.
Because, after the way record labels at least worked at the time I was there when I, didn't know who I was, they were like, yeah, we'll let you cut that. Mm-hmm. But you got to, put this song out essentially. It's like, watch this hand, And I feel like I remember we paid for it.
Yeah.
Because Paul DiGiovanni is producer in town, and he's killing it now, and I'm so happy for him. But I was the first artist he produced, because I was just like, dude, what are you doing? Like, your demos are so good. Like, you should produce country records, and just was very organic. Just that you have to live here for that type of stuff.
Absolutely.
That's not just like a drive into town to write with a guy. Like that's you all feel like you're onto something and you chase it.
Yep.
And that's all that song was, man, was chasing something that we felt was special in the room. And, it definitely opened a lot of doors for me, for sure.
Yeah, no, that's so great. So what's the second one you got for us?
We'll do a song. We're actually about to cut this. We're at Southern Ground we're going to be in Southern Ground in recording December 15th.
Okay.
And I wrote this song. I always wanted to write a song about a truck that never said the word truck.
Hey.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's see here. Oh, that's not it. It's older than that water tower. Okay. My wife, who was my girlfriend at the time, I was living on Music Row at this house with a bunch of dudes. And we were the party house for a little bit. And not cool parties, by the way, just completely gross, drunk, sticky, beer spilled everywhere parties. But I stayed with her, and she lived off Eastland. And my dad has a 76 F-250 that inevitably when my car breaks down, he lets me borrow it while mine's getting fixed. And so that's, several times throughout the year. And I love driving that truck. Mm-hmm. And it's like white. And every time I've ever pulled up to a gas station in that truck, some old man has stopped me and just started talking my ear off, And so I pulled to the Marathon or the Exxon right there in front of Titan Stadium. And this old man walks up to me, and I'm already late. And I'm like, I ain't got time today. But I was like, I'm going to be nice. And the first thing he said was, mine was a 72. I said, oh, yeah? And then 30 minutes later, we were standing there talking. And one of the things that he said in that conversation, he said he sold it after his wife died because that truck reminded him of her. And he said, that thing was a memory machine. And so we wrote a song called Memory Machine.
Damn. Gave me chills.
It's older than that water tower we used to paint our names. Shakes at 60 miles an hour, never missed a home team game. Kinda smells like wintergreen and empty cans of beer. It's got dirt on me from every street. It's rolled down around here. There's a couple letters missing, but you can make out Chevrolet. The paint is faded now, but it's shined up back in the day. Every time I turn that key, it's summertime and I'm 17. I swear this old Silverado is a memory machine. I was 15 minutes early, picking her up for our first date. And her dad was pissed when I got her back home an hour late. Smelled like her for a couple days, sometimes it still does. Guess some things were built to last, and some things were built to rust. There's a couple letters missing, but you can make out Chevrolet. The paint is faded now, but it's shined up back in the day. Every time I turn that key, she's sitting in that shotgun seat. I swear this old Silverado is a memory machine. Dad ain't around to fix it now, so he passed it down to me. But he's still stitched in this thing like the leather in these seats. I can hear him say, don't punch the clutch, and ease up on that gas. Every time I grind these gears, I swear I hear him laugh. There's a couple letters missing, but you can make out Chevrolet. The paint is faded now, but it's shined up back in the day. Every time I turn that key, I'm back home in East Tennessee. He's letting me drive, sitting on his knee. I swear this old Silverado is a memory machine.
Let's go, man. That's a great song, concept, whole thing, idea.
Yeah, man.
It's tight, dude.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
What's this third one you got for us?
This is a song we're releasing December 5th.
Okay.
A song we talked about a little bit earlier. It's been a long time since I've been able to talk to my mama.
Yep.
Truthfully, I feel like I've learned more from her almost since she's been to heaven, since more than I even did as a kid. I've definitely been listening a lot more. And I guess my feeling is just like, you know, if you're anyone that may stumble across this that is experiencing loss, is it's just a comma.
Right.
It's not a period, you know. Still got more to do.
Absolutely.
And so it's called After Loving You. He's been smiling a little more since she showed up. I think he's really trying, but I'm sure it's tough for him to just start over and learn to live again when everything he's feeling changes with the wind. I try to tell him moving on is what you want him to do, but sometimes it feels like I'm helping him cheat on you. I just want him to be happy, and I know you want that too. So I'm learning how to help him love after loving you. When he's looking at her, no, he sees you, still holding on to memories that he can't turn loose. And I can't really blame him. Sometimes I find myself missing you a little more, seeing him with someone else. I try to tell him moving on is what you want him to do. But sometimes it feels like I'm helping him cheat on you. I just want him to be happy, and I know you want that too. So I'm learning how to help him love after loving you. And maybe half of him, but I'm still half of you. So I know what you'd say, but I know what he's going through. Oh, I just want him to be happy, and I know you want that too. So I'm learning how to help him love. I'm learning how to help him love after loving you.
Man, what a song, dude.
Thank you, man.
And obviously that, it's ties into what, like, your story and everything. And I think what we talked about earlier, and I feel like a lot of, the things that you sing about, it's relatable, and there's a lot of people out there going through the same thing.
Yeah, man.
So it's going to touch them, which is
We're
cool.
a whole lot more alike than we think we are.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I know we all have different names and different everything, but we're a lot alike, so.
Right. We're all human at the end of the day, right?
For sure, bro.
So
we're all a little podunk, man.
Yeah. Oh, hey.
Hey, man.
Even when you think you ain't, you are.
That's right, man.
You got one more for us?
Yeah. What can I do? I'll do, my phone, sorry. Give me a second. I have a song called Hate Nashville.
Okay.
We put this on.
I can hold it if you need me to.
Well, no, I'm just going to look and see what. I can't remember what key I'm in and stuff with this. We can edit this part out, guys. Don't worry.
Who'd you write this one with?
My producer now, his name is Will Bowen, and a guy named Scott Stepikoff. And both of those guys I've known for a very long time. And I don't know why I can't find this. When I, kind of got, as we were, talking about the other day, earlier about like getting done with chemo and getting done with all this stuff, and I didn't know where I belonged in this town anymore. Like because I hadn't been putting the effort in.
Yeah.
I'd been like having to figure this out.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I never moved away. But in the same breath, I just felt a million miles away from here.
Right.
Like living here. Like I just couldn't believe it's like, wow, at least I could have freaking, invested in real estate or something. Yeah. Like I didn't do nothing. I was so focused on this dream that like, because there was no plan B for me, man. Like I was never going to get into real estate. Like I was going to go back home.
So if you weren't doing music, is there a job that you like think you would be doing?
Yeah, ripping cigs, working construction for sure.
That's
the only thing I'm good at.
That's a great way to put it.
It's the only thing I've ever wanted to do, man. And again, I'm not so headstrong that if the good Lord wants me to do something else, I definitely will. And me and him have many talks about that. Okay. And but right now we're here, and we'll see what happens.
Right.
Wrote this song. It's called "Hate Nashville," but it's like anything. Like I heard a psychologist that specialized in like, you know, marriages said one time that everybody thinks hate is the opposite of love, and hate is just a flavor of love. Like being not wanting anything to do with it is really what it means to hate something.
Yeah.
And for me, Nashville is like, of course I want something to do with it. Like, I love this place. This place is the foundation of every dream I've ever had. I'm not gonna, you know, but people are what made me hate Nashville. Mm-hmm. And so,
it's a great way to put it.
So we wrote this, and you know, there's in the courses, like we talk about Douglas Corner, which doesn't exist anymore. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
Douglas Corner, legendary spot.
Where's that?
First place, it's on 8th.
Okay.
First place I ever heard Chris Stapleton sing. He came up and did a song for.
Is it by the basement, or like we're talking billiard side? Like
Keep going down 8th from the basement, and like where Zany's is. That.
Oh yeah.
It's like
the 8th room.
The 8th room now.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. But 45 RPM, which is a band made up of just great musicians, every week would play. I think it was like Wednesdays or Mondays or something. And Chris Stapleton said in one time, this was before anybody knew who Chris Stapleton was. And then the other place we mentioned is Santa's Pub, which still is around. And anyway, but we kind of masked it, you know, about a girl. But the truth is, it's kind of just how Nashville changed under my feet, you know?
Yeah.
I hate Nashville. Oh, this town used to sing me to sleep at night to the buzz of a neon light. Yeah, the future was Broadway bright. This town was the only place I belonged. Me and my suitcase full of songs. But your leaving got me thinking I was wrong. I see the Douglas Corner sticker on your car. On every street I ever go down, I hear everybody asking how you are. Like a broken record in this guitar town, I got the kind of hurt all the whiskey in the world can't kill. I love you and I always will, but I hate the way you made me hate Nashville. This bar was my favorite hole in the wall. You could always find me till last call. Now I can't go in there at all. Oh, 'cause even when you're not there, oh, you are. I see the Santa's Pub sticker on your car. On every street I ever go down, I hear everybody asking how you are. Like a broken record in this guitar town, I got the kind of hurt all the whiskey in the world can't kill. I love you and I always will, but I hate the way you made me hate Nashville. Oh, Nashville. Record band don't wanna hear my sad songs about you just when I think I'm about to find a new sound without you. I see the steel driver sticker on your car. On every street I ever go down, I hear everybody asking how you are. Like a broken record in this guitar town, I got the kind of hurt all the whiskey in the world can't kill. I love you and I always will, but I hate the way you've made me hate Nashville.
Let's go. I love the story behind that song. That's so cool.
Thank you, man.
Are you gonna put that one out?
Yeah, we already cut that song, but we cut a whole record for like $10,000, and thankfully the Lord supplied a little bit better budget, so we're gonna cut that. We're gonna start cutting that. We have a session in December, and then again in January, and again, man, like 2026. We're just trying to. All these songs I'm sitting on, man. I just don't want to sit home no more.
Do you have any shows or anywhere people can check you out or see you around coming up? I know we're heading kind of the holidays and stuff. So
yeah,
it's a little difficult,
to be honest with you, I've not talked with Dallas Wilson recently, so I don't know if we have. Lainey Wilson, Dallas Wilson, and I started a show at the Listening Room in 2017.
Dang.
And we got to where, we were selling it out. And I was the one with the record deal at that point, And so it's been so cool to see Lainey just friggin' skyrocket. And she deserves anything and everything that comes her way because she's a special person and obviously just worldly talented. But Lainey, and that's why it was a struggle for a long time for her because she was being herself. Right. And Nashville, a lot of the times, doesn't recognize, that immediately. They need, and I get it. People are in specific jobs and they have quotas and all this stuff, and you have to make a bottom line. But Lainey's not a bottom line type of artist. She's a record-setting artist, and I'm just thankful somebody finally saw that.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna tell this story real quick. My first year in Nashville, I was having a shit day. One of my coworkers came up to me. He was like, "Bro, let's go grab a drink." I was like, "Bro, I don't even have enough money to go grab a drink." He's like, "Bro, I'll get you a beer. Let's go have a drink," right? So we go out the red door. I pull up. It's dead. I'm like, "Why are we here? It's not even close to even 10 p.m. It's like 6 p.m., 7 p.m., right?" And I'm like, "Okay, let's go grab a drink." We go in. We're the only ones in there. I see a group of people in there, but I really don't pay attention, right? And grab our beers or whatever. We just start talking, and he's just talking me through my day and stuff like that. And we have like one or two beers, and we walk out. And as we're walking out, I walk past that group of people again, paying attention. It's Lainey Wilson and two other people, right? And they just happen to start following us out as me and Zach walk out. And I turn to Zach. I go, "I'm going to talk to her because she's one of my favorite people." So I turn, I'm like, "Hey, Lainey, I'm a huge fan of yours, obviously. And, I just love the music you put out. And would it be cool if I grabbed a picture real quick?" And she was so nice. And we grabbed that picture. And, she was like, I was telling her my story, why I moved here and stuff. And she was like, "You're going to kill it one day. I know you will." And I was like, she didn't have to say that, but she did. It just gave you that motivation of wow.
Yeah, but believe that too,
right?
Man.
No, dude,
look at you, man. Look at you. I think it's so awesome. Cool. When, they asked me to come do this. Obviously, we didn't know each other, but I am such a guy of growing where you're planted, man. For whatever comes or goes, it's what I'm experiencing today is obviously what I needed because that's where I'm at in my life, and all I'm saying is dude, you're doing it. You're doing it. There was a day you couldn't afford a beer, and now you're doing a podcast, man.
It's crazy how that shit works.
You're doing it. I think it's awesome, bro. It's really all we're gonna have to look back on anyway. It's I don't know, man. I'm a big believer in the good stuff's in the pain.
Yeah,
sometimes.
It's so true, and cheers to that. I mean, hell.
Oh, we got to really cheers, man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, cheers.
Absolutely.
Go check out Jackie.
Thank you so much, guys.
And all his music on all platforms.
Yeah,
and go check out the Instagram, the TikTok. I know it's hard. It's not the most fun thing to do.
Yeah,
but at the same
me dancing.
time,
I'll be out there dancing.
Yeah, he'll be shaking his ass.
That's right, dude.
First. I'm the
Luke Bryan who, man?
Luke Bryan who?
Yeah.
Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. It's Luke Bryan here.
That's so great.
Got
Hey,
me
Jackie.
a latte.
Thank you for coming on, man.
Thanks, buddy.
Cheers.
Thank you so much. We'll do it again sometime.
Absolutely. Podunk Perspective out. Thank y'all for tuning in to Podunk Perspective. We drop new episodes every Monday. Till next time.